So the NFL Top 100 list has been coming out slowly but surely, and it has been revealed that Jalen Hurts is ranked 56 in the top 100. Jalen Hurts had a down year this year, considering how his career has gone, yet he is still ranked 56. This is not any reporter, any NFL analyst ranking these players. These are NFL players, current players in the National Football League are ranking these players, and Jalen Hurts was ranked number 56. And that tells me one thing. One, they respect him, and two, Jalen Hurts is a winner. Because if we're being honest, about 80% of these players, maybe even more than that, have not won a Super Bowl, have not been to a Super Bowl, and they're trying to get to a Super Bowl. So they have no choice but to respect a quarterback that constantly puts their team in good positions and in winning positions. Because if I'm being honest, I'm shocked. I didn't think they were gonna put him in the top 100. If I'm being honest, I thought if he was gonna be in the top 100, he was gonna be in the 90s. I thought he was gonna be in the 90s, and he probably would have if different NFL experts and analysts were doing it, but they're not. The players are the ones that are actually in the league right now and see what Jalen Hurts is doing. The people that have faced Jalen Hurts they see what he's doing. They see all the wins he has. So, I mean, you shouldn't be, I'm not going to try and argue too much with players that are currently in the NFL. Like I said, I want winners on my team, not the people that throw for 4,500 yards but losing the divisional round. And now I'm at a point with Jalen Hurts. I don't mind when people disrespect him, say he keeps letting the team down, that he can't throw. I want to keep saying that. I do, because every time people say stuff about him, he proves them wrong. In 2021, leading into the 2021 season, it was Jalen Hurts' first year starting. People were predicting the Eagles to win only 4 games. 4 games. Go 4-13. The Eagles went 9-8, exceeded expectations by far, and made the playoffs. Then he went on the next year to make the Super Bowl, lose. Okay. Next year, we collapsed, but we made the playoffs still. In the middle of the 2024 season, A.J. Brown was not happy with the passing game, and people were saying it's Jalen Hurts' fault, that Jalen Hurts can't throw. Jalen Hurts can't spread the ball around. The very next game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he had one of the best games of his season. And not only that, they went on to win a Super Bowl. And he went on to win Super Bowl MVP. So now I'm at the point where I don't care what people say about him. At this point, keep doing it, because he's going to keep proving you wrong. Other key rankings, Brock Purdy. A lot of people say Jalen Hurts is worse than Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's at 85. Lamar Jackson's at 69. He's lower than Jalen Hurts. Because what has Lamar really accomplished outside of the regular season? I thought we played football to win championships, and he hasn't done that. A.J. Brown's at 80. A.J. Brown is at 80. Devontae Smith clearly outperformed A.J. Brown this year, and Devontae Smith's ranking has not even been revealed yet. I think he's in top 30 at least. At the least top 30. And that's why I'm so excited to see Devontae Smith this year, because he is the wide receiver 1 instead of him being a 1B, because I never thought we had a wide receiver 1 and 2 when A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were here. And this year, clearly Devontae Smith was the 1A. Clearly. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, training camp starts on Tuesday, and their first practice is on Wednesday. And there are multiple position groups that I am interested to see during training camp. And the first one is the wide receiver core, because it would be nice to have another guy step up. You have Devontae Smith, obviously. I already know what he's going to do. I'm not worried about him. But Mekhi Lemon or Dontavian Wicks, maybe even Marquise Brown, maybe even Darius Cooper, who had a good offseason last year. I would like to see one of them step up and make some plays. Not saying you don't need to be a 1B. That's crazy, but give us another reliable target besides Devontae and Dallas Goedert. Another one I would like to see is our offensive line, because Jeff Stoutland's gone, and I'm sad he's gone. I'm mad he's gone, because he shouldn't be gone. And It's been reported that it's been because his ideas were ignored during the season by Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo. Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo took their ideas over Jeff Stoutland, who's been there for way longer than they have. And if you think about it, Jeff Stoutland might have been the best coach on the Eagles team. So when you look at our offensive line and what they did last year, I'm not going to say trash, but they weren't good. And we have the talent to get back to being a top offensive line unit in the league. And I think we still are. But we have to show that. We can't just say we are. Jahad Campbell is the next person I'm interested in. As I said last week, Nakobe Dean is gone. And I think that has potential to hurt us a lot out of any of the players that we lost during the offseason. Jahad Campbell has a lot of upside. Jahad Campbell's really talented. He's very athletic. But is he as smart as Nakobe Dean? I don't think so. So I'm interested to see how he does because I need him to take the next step now. And I know that's a lot of pressure because this is only his second year, but Nakobe Dean was a big piece for us when he was healthy, and we need another linebacker alongside Zach Bond. And Jeremiah Trotter, too. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., he's not bad, but we've just had better players on the roster, so I'm excited to see how that goes. Lastly is our safety unit. We have Andrew McCooper, who got injured during the season, but he played well overall when he played, so I'm excited to see how he does coming off of an injury. Hopefully he's ready to go. I think it's solidified that he's going to be one of our starting safeties, but the other side, as of right now, is Marcus Epps. We have not made a move for another safety, and it looks like the Eagles are confident in Marcus Epps as of right now, so it doesn't look like we're going to get anyone else right now. They're going to have to see how he looks in training camp. I hope he does well, so we don't have to pay money to get someone else. It would be nice. I can't say I trust him, but I can't say I don't trust him because we haven't seen that much out of him. So I think he's a really important person to look at in training camp. Other things around the league, you have Patrick Mahomes coming out of injury. I believe he's tore his ACL. It's a season-ending injury. I know that. He's coming back from training camp. Months ago, people were questioning if he could even make it to week 1. But if you know, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's playing week 1. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see how he looks during training camp. And it's also going to be interesting to see how this Rams defense looks with Myles Garrett in training camp. I don't expect them to look bad. But again, the Rams have the pieces, but you now have to execute with those pieces. It's Super Bowl or bust for the Rams. If they don't get to a Super Bowl, then the season's a failure. Something interesting I saw during the predicting every NFL team's record series was that I was sleeping on the Jets, and I believe I had them going 3-14 or 4-13. Well, I'm going to keep sleeping on them until I think that the Jets can actually do something because they have not done something my whole life. I'd be surprised if they won 5 games this year, if I'm being honest. I don't have any confidence in them. So I'm going to keep sleeping on the Jets until they prove me wrong. Someone also had the Patriots going 9-8. It's very much possible. It's very much possible. I don't really know what to think of that team, to be honest. But if we base it off what we saw last year, that's not expected out of them. They're expected to go get 11, 12, 13 wins, get in the playoffs again, and make a run again. But 9-8, that's a pretty hot take, I guess. And lastly, I got questioned for putting the Ravens at 11-6. If the Ravens don't go 11-6, if they miss the playoffs, it's on coaching, I feel like. They have the talent, they have the roster to make the playoffs. I feel like easily. You're better than the Browns, you're better than the Steelers, and I think you're better than the Bengals. I think it's between the Ravens and the Bengals for that AFC North spot, but I think both of those teams can make the playoffs. But if they don't make the playoffs, it's because of coaching. And I think Jesse Miller is a good defensive coach, and he can help this team get to the playoffs at least. Again, playoff Lamar, we know he's not good, so we'll see how that goes. I don't think it's going to go well, but I think the Ravens can make the playoffs.